Hello, and welcome back to Taking the Motley Cross, Episode 13, Special Number 2, The Parable of the Weeds and the Wheat, the Parable of the Dragnet. In working on Episode 13, these two parables especially were among the more difficult ones to really start to kind of get my mind around and start to understand. I kept asking myself my usual questions, like, where's the scandal in this? What's shocking about this? And I finally had to realize what's shocking about these passages, these parables, is how little agency humanity has, especially in declaring who is and who isn't a member of the kingdom. In both of these parables, humanity is rather passive. We are plants sown in a field, whether good or bad. We are fish caught up in a dragnet against our will and drug out onto the shore and judged, good fish, bad fish, red fish, blue fish. And what struck me about this, and what struck me as scandalous about this, is that Jesus' audience was really good at judging who is and who isn't a member of the kingdom. You were either a Jew or you were a Gentile, or you were a Samaritan, which is like a bastard form of Jew and Gentile. It's like the worst of both worlds. And they were really good at doing that and judging you based on where you fit in those categories. And we're just as good as that, even though we maybe use different words. We are adept at determining who's in and who's out. And we seem, as Christians especially, seem hell-bent on being the ones to determine who is and who isn't in the kingdom. And what's shocking in these passages about that is that we're passive. That's God's agency. That's God's job. That is the role of God and His servants to judge who is and who isn't a member of the kingdom. Our job is to be a good plant, to grow well and bear a lot of fruit, a lot of good food. We're to be good fish, useful for things. Our job is to be a little bit more self-reflective, not selfishly so. I mean, we examine our lives and determine, those places where we need to get better so that we can then go and be useful to the world. And that it's God's job to judge who's in and who's out. It's our job to be useful, to bear good fruit, to go out and do the good works that God has built us for. As Paul says in the epistle to the Galatians, the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Against such things there is no law. Our job is to go and bear these kinds of fruit, to be more loving, to be more patient, to be joyful, to be kind and good, gentle and self-controlled. There's not much room for judging who's in and who's out if we are concentrating on being more loving, more patient, more kind and good. And so that's the message today, I think. Let's go out and let's be good plants and let's leave the judging up to God because, well, He's God and He's going to be okay at doing that. Thanks for watching. Bye.